Hey, Renee.
Hi, Annette.
Today I want to talk about something that could be a little uncomfortable for those of us who have been abused, as well as those who haven't been abused and they're not sure what to say. So,
Mm.
an example would be, oh, I think it was when I was about 35. I was speaking constantly now more on sexual abuse and sharing my story and such. And people at times would send me a note or walk up to me and say, I'm so sorry that happened to you. And I'd be
Mm.
going, I don't know what to say. I was kind of stuck because I felt like saying thank you, but at the same time, and they're saying sorry, and I'm thinking they did nothing. They were no part of the abuse, and they're saying sorry because I was taking it too literally.
Mm.
And it's the same as when one of my parents passed away. Many people said, I'm so sorry that your parent passed away. And the proper response would be, thank you. If you Google it, just so you know, it will tell you that's exactly what you say. You just say thank you because the person is just recognizing that your parent did pass away. They're not going into how painful it was, that nothing. They're just going in with, I recognize it. I see you. I hear you. And
And that's huge.
it's the same when they were saying, I'm so sorry that you were sexually abused as a child. It's
Mm.
so sad. And all I have to say is thank you back.
But that can be uncomfortable when you've never had that,
It was very uncomfortable. Now
you
it's not
know?
so uncomfortable. Now I understand and not take it literally. But to have silence for all those other years of nobody ever saying, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Even the closest people to me never say those words.
Yeah.
It was hard to take in. It was hard to respond without just mechanically responding. Now I could heartfully thank somebody. But in the
Yeah.
beginning, I couldn't. It was too awkward for me. It
Or
was a new
so,
experience.
yeah.
Absolutely. The same is true how awkward it would be for somebody who had never been sexually abused and to either read my book and or hear your testimony, Renee. They're thinking, oh my goodness, I just want to hug on Renee. I feel so bad for Renee. What do I say to her? Now I feel uncomfortable. What can they say,
Yeah.
Renee?
Yeah. Sorry. Just simple words of sorry, or I don't get it, but sorry you went through it.
Yeah,
That, even on the other side of the
that's
fence,
huge.
can be hard because when it's someone else's trauma that we've never experienced, we we don't, maybe we got a piece of their story or maybe we got a lot of their story, but we weren't in those shoes.
Right.
It can be really hard for us to find a, I guess you could say, a safe response, or one that we think they'll be okay with receiving. It's just an awkward place to be
It
in that
is, but it
moment.
happens all the time.
It does. Oh my goodness. How many times does something cruddy happen and we want to be the one to be a comforter? We want to be the one to be an encourager. So we have to cross that bridge so many times in our life if we are friends with someone, if we're family with someone. And we have a choice. We have a choice to dismiss it, go the other way and avoid conversation, or we have the choice to do something healthy that could even be healing, not just for that other person, but even for
Yes.
ourselves as the one figuring out how to be the comforter or just that kind person in passing who we just met or we just heard or we just read a book of. Imagine how encouraging that could be
Yes.
for the receiver. Even if, like you, Annette, was never a receiver before, or it was really awkward,
Very awkward.
we could talk about a whole lot of other topics, somebody coming up to you after a speech or after a workshop or whatever, and you could shoot the breeze easily. But when you just cut straight to the chase, sorry that happened to you, it kind of stops time for a moment. I
They're
think on
saying,
both
I
sides.
heard you. I heard you. I see you.
I recognize it. I recognize
Yes.
you. You're not invisible.
And that's huge for those who've been sexually abused.
Very huge.
So today, Renee and I want to go ahead and just acknowledge those who are watching who have been sexually abused, that we are so sorry. If you haven't heard it from anybody else in the world, Renee and I are saying it today to you,
Yeah.
that we are so sorry
We are sorry. Yeah.
that that happened to you.
It does give us sorrow of that fact.
Well, thanks for joining me today, Renee, to give that short message.
Absolutely. Y'all take care.